So here is a big idea about a 37-year-old man comes to the respiratory clinic for review, shares the history of increasing wheeze and shortness of breath over the past 6 months. So history is chronic and patient is suffering from wheeze and shortness of breath and 2 histories of pneumonia, small account fresh hemoptysis over the course of the past 3 days. Her weight has remained stable and she is other as well. First history of not include mild asthma for which she uses salmetamol and takes combined oral contraceptive pill and she is a non-smoker. Examination is unremarkable apart from some scattered wheeze on auscultation of the chest. So beginning it is confusing about a chronic history of shortness of breath and wheeze and 35-year-old woman suffering from chronic wheeze and shortness of breath and she is on oral contraceptive pill. So this is a double throat. The beginning ties to gives you different direction of diagnosis about pulmonary embolism and asthma, and but there is no clear-cut findings on auscultation. Some scattered wheeze. And investigation is also in totally normal, except the chest is round all with 3 cm diameter of ossification in right lower lobe. So the investigation gives you clue what is the diagnosis. There is a round all demarcated 3 cm diameter of ossification in right lower lobe, and this could be a case of carcinoma. But she is suffering from 2 episodes of pneumonia, small amount of fresh hemoptysis over the course of the past weeks, and she is also hemoptysis. So adenocarcinoma would be a possibility. And lung metastasis and small cell lung carcinoma. Small cell lung carcinoma is not common in this case, and lung metastasis is also not so common. And you have a confusion, the diagnosis about adenocarcinoma bronchus, because she is a female and non-smoker. It can be a case of bronchial carcinoma, but her hemoglobin is totally normal. And investigation findings, examination is totally normal. In case of bronchial carcinoma, you give findings of mass lesion or collapse. She has no such episode, and his hemoglobin is constant, and good amount of hemoglobin is present here, and has a history of previous asthma. So you can gives a clue because rounded opacities, right lower lobe. It goes to favor the diagnosis of bronchial carcinoma. So correct answer is bronchial carcinoma. The gradual development symptoms and wheeze and already marked lesion on chest in the absence of smoking history and no worrying sign of weight loss, there is the possibility of bronchial carcinoma. This patient is totally normal. In case of bronchial carcinoma, patient OLB will be decreased, and there is a mass more hemoptysis and a sign of mass lesion, like mass lesion or collapse findings is possible in case of bronchial carcinoma. But bronchial carcinoma, patient is totally normal. Clear cut mass lesion on chest X-ray goes favor to it, and no weight loss. And 75% of carcinoma tumor can be visualized from bronchoscopy. Carries is exercise and taking the biopsy as there is vascular lesion, which can bleed significantly. Surgical excision is the treatment of choice with similar operative process to those used for bronchial carcinoma. Response to chemotherapy is poor. So chemotherapy has no role in carcinoma. C for chemo, C for carcinoma. Carcinoma chemotherapy has no role. Carcinoma chemotherapy has no role. Carcinoma chemotherapy has no role.